Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys a New Year's Eve look that I'm going to be doing for this New Year's. I'm going to be using the new KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality fully recyclable eyeshadow palette. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here and you enjoy this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you know when I upload my videos. And my disclaimer, if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you're easily offended, this is definitely not the place for you. I'm a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of this mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing my New Year's Eve look using the KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality palette, then just stay tuned. We actually got snow last night. It's crazy because yesterday was actually Christmas and we didn't have any snow, which is really weird for the Pacific Northwest. And we started getting snow around 5 o'clock at night, and I believe we got like 3 or 4 inches. That actually made me really happy because as much as I don't like snow, I like a white Christmas. So I hope everybody had a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. My husband and I, we just relaxed all freaking day long and didn't do anything. I watched my football and yeah, it was a good relaxing day. Today we are here to create a New Year's Eve look with the one and only KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality fully recyclable palette. Is it recyclable? I have no idea how to say it. I don't know why I have so much trouble saying it. This palette. First, can we talk about the packaging? All of this is basically embossed. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a little teeny tiny skull here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I really do like the raised design and the lettering of this. I also really like the side. It looks kind of like a golden book. This to me is not affordable in any way, shape, or form, but I was actually able to get it. This was on sale for $30, and then I added plus another 20% coupon, so I was able to get this for $24, but I believe it retails for like $45, which to me is pretty fucking expensive considering this palette feels nothing like a regular palette. I have a face palette here that I'm going to be using later on, which is the Smashbox Cali Contour, absolute favorite of mine. This palette here is actually heavier than the KVD palette, so it's a little strange for me to justify this being $45 and it doesn't even have like the same packaging quality as a normal palette would. Granted, this is fully recyclable, but even then I feel like the price should be lowered a little bit because again, it's just not the same quality. We're going to open the palette up because it's so beautiful. There's the clear packaging there. Now I don't know exactly what happened here, but it's like it got really chunky when it was being pressed and maybe it just didn't get pressed all the way. Now these two shades here I did kind of swatch because they're just I totally forgot about that. This guy actually comes out of the packaging, which is another reason why I just don't believe this should be $45. Like I just don't. This is recyclable as well. It even has the actual like recycle sign stamp on the back here, and these as well have the recycle symbol on them. I wish you guys could feel and touch just how flimsy and kind of, I don't want to say cheapy because KVD is not a cheapy brand, but it feels kind of cheapy. Here is a little bit of a close-up of the shades. So basically what I'm going to be doing is showing you guys the eye look that I'm going to be doing for New Year's Eve, and then I'm going to do the rest of my face. Everything that I have on this mug will be listed in the description box below if you guys are curious. And without further ado, let's get started. This bitch has done absolutely nothing to prime anything. I washed my face, exfoliated, moisturized, and that's about all I have done today. Now my skin is going through the fucking ringer this week. My skin is just extremely dry, and I have a pimpy friend right here that I just cannot get rid of. This guy has been here for like a week and a half and it just does not want to go away. So let's try to ignore that guy. But other than that, for the most part, my skin is doing so freaking good. It's doing much better than it has this entire 2020. So I just primed my eyelids with the, what is this? The Urban Decay Primer Potion. Yeah, I need to get the matte one because for some reason this one kind of makes my eyelids a little oily. I think for this KVD palette, I'm not even gonna hold this part up. I'm just actually going to take this part out. So first and foremost, we're gonna go in with a transition shade. I'm gonna start off with this color here, and it is called Illusion. And I am just going to pop this on the lids. I did swatch a couple of them before I started filming this video, and a lot of these are just really, really soft, and they're very fucking pigmented, especially with swatches. But again, swatches don't really mean anything to me anyways, because your fingers are a little bit more oilier than your eyelids, and plus you're using an oily kind of smooth base, your finger, to swatch it on another smooth oily base, which is like your skin, wherever you're swatching it. That's why I don't think eyeshadow swatches are really that great to show the quality of the eyeshadow, maybe like the color of the eyeshadow. Again, everything's so much more different when you use a brush to apply it to your face. So far, I feel like this shade blended out very, very nicely. It doesn't look that much different on my eyelids because it looks very, very similar to my skin tone, if not almost exactly my skin tone. So yeah, I was hoping it would be a little bit more of a grayish color, kind of like this one, but more of a lighter shade of this color. I don't know what I was expecting. That shade just really didn't do much for me. So I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Levels, and I'm going to try to build this up a little. This color is a little bit more on the gray side. Look at that. It's so weird. It's a very, very pretty cool tone gray. I really like this shade. I don't know why, but I was having trouble just in general whenever I wanted to make that specific shade darker and deeper. It just got patchier and patchier. It's not too bad, but you can see even here, like in the middle part right there, it's really, really patchy and it just does not want to blend. So I'm just going to move on to the next shade. Now I'm going to take the shade Escapist, which is the very beautiful, kind of like a royal blue shade. Y'all, my brushes are getting a good cleaning after this video, but I'm going to take it on the E25. Is it E25? Yeah, E25. I'm going to put it on the outer edges and I'm going to blend it inwards. Oh my god, that blue is pretty damn powdery. Now the blue is not a matte shade, it is a shimmer shade, I want to say, because it does have a little bit of sparklies in there. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but so far it looks very, very pretty on the lid. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I get the opaqueness that I would like. And I'm just going to slowly blend this towards the middle. Holy fucking patchiness. This shade I have been working on for the last 16 minutes. I have been blending this for 16 fucking minutes. And let me just say, it is a bitch to blend. I don't know why this particular blue shade is having so much trouble to blend, but I think I got it at a good spot. I don't even know how many layers this is, but I feel like this is a good example as to why swatches on your fingers don't really mean a lot, because if you look at my eyelids and look at the swatch, it looks nothing alike, and this is why I don't like to rely on finger swatches. We're just gonna move on, and hopefully these shimmer shades will perform a lot better. Plus I'm gonna be using my fingers for most of these shimmer shades, or I should say metallic shades. I really, really want like that shining, shimmering blue to just come out, and so I am going to take this shade right here, which is called Abyss, and I think that it is a beautiful and rightfully named shade because look at it. It looks like the fucking abyss. So I'm going to be taking that shade and I'm just going to be pressing it on the outer edges of my eyes, basically where I put that last blue shade. And I'm going to slowly just bring it in towards the middle because I do want to add another metallic shade there here on the beginning part of my lid. So this is basically just to deepen and darken the outer edges. So for this particular shade, there was quite a bit of fallout, but it was probably because I was using my fingers to press it in. Plus there is quite a bit of glitter, shimmery, shiny in here. And so I do have quite a bit of fallout going on here on my face, as you can see. There's lots and lots of blue. Now I am going to add a little bit of concealer because this shade is so freaking dark, and the shade that I want to put on top of it is probably going to be the shade Green Screen right here, and I really want it to pop, and so I don't want this darkness below the Green Screen shade. So I'm going to take my ColourPop No Filter concealer here. So I have the concealer now laid down on my eyelids, and instead of actually making a line like a cut crease, I patted it in just so it looks a little fluffier, and that way I don't have like a very strict, like straight line. So I'm going to take the Green Screen color and I'm going to use my fingers and just press that where I added the concealer, and then I'm going to take a brush and kind of blend it so it looks a little bit meshed with the blue and not just like a, you know, a line with the shimmer shade and then the blue going on. So I have the Green Screen shade blended out my eyes, and I really love it. I think it looks so freaking beautiful. It is so fucking metallic. I just really love this shade so much. Now I do really need to kind of clean up the arch area here where it's dark above the metallic shade, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face so we can continue on with the lower lash line. So I will be right back. All right, so I went and did the rest of my face. Again, everything will be listed down in the description box below. Now I need to finish up my lower lash area, so let's go on ahead and get started with that. First thing I'm going to do is take a transition shade, of course, and I'm going to go back in with this gray shade here called Levels. I'm just going to smudge this with my Sonia Kashuk brush right on the lash line. Now I'm going to go in with that blue shade that we used, that I stamped on the outer corners of my eyes, which is this shade right here called Escapist. I'm not bringing this blue all the way in. I'm not even bringing it like halfway. I want to leave most of the under eye, this area here, kind of open because I am going to add the Green Screen shade that we used on the upper lid for the rest of the way here. So I want to keep the outer edges really dark and blue. I'm only going to bring it in this far, and then I'm going to take the Abyss shade, which is this guy right here, and I'm going to try to carefully stamp that on there without getting too much fallout. Now I'm going to take that Green Screen shade once again, which is the one that we used on top, and I am going to put this all along the bottom lash line. Wherever we stopped with the blue, we're just going to start there and just slowly bring it on in. This is looking really pretty. I wish the lights would show it a little more, the camera would show it a little bit more, because my under eyes here just look so freaking good. Now I'm going to go in with the inner corner shade because I do want to add a little bit of shine there. So I am going to go in with the shade Dimensions, which is this really pretty, like, I want to say it's a champagne gold. Yeah, it's kind of like a champagne gold. It's a very light, almost cool tone type of gold, or I should just say champagne shade. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and place that in my inner corner because I feel like it's going to be the perfect inner corner shade, and of course it freaking is because it's fucking beautiful. Look at that. I think I'm going to add this shade along my brow line as well because I want to give that a little bit of a shine. I am really just loving the way this eye look just came all together. I think now the last steps are some lower lash mascara, so let me go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a lipstick, and then we're going to see how this all looks come together. So I got the mascara down on the lower lash line, and I have been debating between two matte lipstick colors. I'm just like, I don't know which one to wear. I have the shade Cherried, and then I also have the shade Dark Room. So I'm just like really torn between these two. I think once I swatch it and put it up to my face, I'll be able to decide. I have the shade Cherried, which is this dark purple right here, and then the more pinky shade is Dark Room. And I think once I actually swatched this, my mind just kind of went straight to Dark Room, which is like the more pinkier shade. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. So let me apply this real quick. Here is the finished look. I really like this shade with the rest of my makeup. Now it is a little bit patchy, so mind you, my lips are very fucking dry right now, so it's not the lipstick. The matte lipsticks are never ever patchy at all, especially with the pigment. It's always nice and even when you apply it. It's just that my lips are really stinking dry right now, and so it's just a hot mess. I know I said that this was my New Year's Eve look, and it is, but I also feel like this was kind of a first impressions video using this guy. Now, I feel like the matte shades in here, they're very, very easily blendable. It's just that these two shades really didn't do much for me because they're so similar in my tone. And the shimmer shades, which is the blue and this very pretty copper color, the blue was a little hard again to blend. It was very, very patchy. There isn't very much fallout with the blue, which I really, really love, but it was just really hard to blend out. I mean, 16 minutes to just blend it out to get it all nice and even. That to me is a little excessive blending. I think the shimmer shades just need a little bit more work. Now, the metallic shades, oh my God. When you use your finger, that shit is blinding. Like when I use the green screen, the color that's on my lid, and I put it the first initial like dab on my eyelid with my finger, it was just so fucking beautiful because it was just so freaking blinding. And so I can't imagine like people who actually have all that lid space and they put on one of these metallics, just how beautiful it would look. I just really wish I had more lid space because you can only see my eyes when I tilt my head back like this or when I'm like looking down. But whenever I look forward, you can barely see that I'm even wearing any metallics. And that to me is just really sad because I can't showcase just how beautiful these metallics are. Now the metallic shades, as you can see, are a little chunky. They will get a little chunky, but I feel like that's almost all metallic shades because there's always some kind of like glitter or shininess to it. Now if you use a brush for these metallic shades, there's gonna be a crap ton of fallout. That was actually what was happening when I was trying to add the abyss color, the dark blue color here on the outer edges. It really, really had a lot of fallout from the brush. So I would recommend using and sticking to your fingers. Now I really do love the design of the palette itself. I just wish it wasn't white. White is my biggest like dislike for anything that has to do with makeup because you're dealing with things that have color attached to them, and anything that's white gets dirty so freaking easily. And so I just really don't like the fact that it's white. This in fact is already dirty right here. I got a lot of like the brown eyeshadow on there, so I just really don't like white. I also really don't like the fact that you can hear the palette moving inside when you're traveling with it. It's just gonna go back and forth, and actually me doing that, all right, the shades are still in here, but I just really don't like the rattling because it just doesn't seem very safe to travel with. As for the recyclable packaging, really love it. I just feel like they need to make a few tweaks on this design. But as for the palette, I do recommend it. I don't recommend it for $45 for full price at all because there are so many other palettes out there that are way more affordable that have these kind of shades and perform a little bit better. For $45, absolutely not. Now for $24, absolutely yes, this palette is amazing. Hopefully this will still be on sale when you guys see this video. As of right now, which is December 26th, it is still on sale. You can still get it for $24. This video will be going up on December 29th, which is a Tuesday. And if this is still on sale, I will leave it in the description box where you can get it. So keep a lookout in the description box for this because I'm pretty sure it's still going to be on sale for $24. So I really hope that everyone has a great New Year's because I'm pretty sure we are all fucking over 2020 and we're ready for it to be bye-bye, long gone. Now I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched my videos, supported me, pushed the subscribe button, and I just love you guys so much, and I appreciate you just listening to me blabber on for all of 2020 and the previous years. And I just love seeing comments from you guys and just you guys like interacting with me and liking my videos, and I just really appreciate it. I'm so thankful and grateful to you guys. So on that note, I hope everyone has a happy, healthy, and safe New Year's, and I hope to see you guys in my next video in 2021. Bye bye.